Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Guess what? Today I am back, and I am back with Ipsy Plus. So let's get into this. I'll tell you a little bit about where I've been, and let's check out my Ipsy Plus. I have taken almost 2 weeks off. The first week was intentional. My husband took a week off of work, and I decided I was gonna take a week off and we were just gonna have fun too. What with it finally being a summer where we can be out there having fun. And then this last week, my mother-in-law, who passed during COVID, not of COVID, but during COVID, back before we could have a service for her, we had her service this week, and just, it took a little more time physically and emotionally, and so I took a few more days. So I am back, and I have the Ipsy Plus, and I have printed out the paperwork so we'll know a little bit about everything that's on the inside. I came with just base makeup on. I have on my foundation, my concealer. I did a little blush and bronzer because I know none of that is in there. And after this, I'm also gonna tape an Allure, and I know there are a couple of things in there, but also no blush or bronzer. Spoiler alert. Let's just go ahead and dig right in. If you are new to Ipsy, this is the Ipsy Plus. It is $25. You get 5 products. You get to pick 3 of them. They will have 3 categories, and from each of those categories, you can select 1 item. But before you do that, they will already show you the 2 items that they have picked for you, so you're sure not to double up on anything if you don't want to. If this is more of a bag than you want to start with, there's also the Ipsy Glam Bag, and it's the original for $12. You get 5 items, usually deluxe samples, sometimes a full-sized item. Or if you want more than this, there is now the Ipsy Glam X. And every 3 months, they collaborate with somebody. And the first bag was awesome. I also liked the second bag. Some people weren't quite as thrilled with the second one. I'm anxious to see what happens with the third Glam X, and we'll find that out next month. But the Plus, we get this one every month. And like I said, we have 3 choices. While I open this, I will address the obvious. Yes, I am taping downstairs. I don't know about where you are, but here on the East Coast, we are having a heck of a summer. It is so hot. I think today we're supposed to be 95, and that's how hot we were yesterday too. And then even last night, it stayed in the upper 70s, low 80s. So I've told you guys in the past, the room that I tape in is upstairs and it gets hot. I went up to tape this morning and I was like, I can't do it. So if you are with the channel from the beginning, you know this is where I started. I started right here at my kitchen table doing this. So it's kind of fun to be back. Okay, when I take it out, this is the bag. It seems to have all of my goodies in it, and that is what it looks like. Also, it's probably different lighting and everything. You guys will have to let me know what you think about it down here, because I'm thinking about maybe riding it out down here for the rest of the summer. It's really pretty. What does it say? Stay golden. And it has nice little eggshell blue pulls. I love these Ipsy Plus bags that they went to. I think they are super handy for storing things in, so I really like them. Because we have so many choices with our Ipsy Plus, they don't send us the little pamphlet, so I went on and printed out what I decided we needed to know about what's in this Plus. I feel like I'm starting over new again. From being in the place where I originally started to having taken a couple of weeks off, this all feels so awkward. Plus, no lips. Let's get in here. I know there's a lippy. All right, reaching in right off the bat, I have the, despite what room I'm in, I need my glasses. I have the Pores No More Pore Purifying Cleanser, and this is from Dr. Brandt. That is what that looks like. Be interesting to see how this lighting does it. This is almost natural lighting. I do have one tiny ring light here, but I'm in front of a big sliding glass door. This is a $25 product. It is one of the items that they chose for me. It is 3.5 fluid ounces, and it says this pore refining cleanser gets rid of buildup, excess oil, and stubborn blackheads with a combo of salicylic acid, tea tree oil, and white willow bark extract. And something else that I noticed when I was printing this paper out about all of my products, everything that I have is cruelty-free, and 4 out of the 5 items are vegan. So I have 4 out of 5 vegan and 5 out of 5 cruelty-free. I thought that was awesome. This is one that they chose for me, and I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm gonna set it aside for a giveaway because this is more cleanser than I need. It has the salicylic acid, the tea tree oil, it has rosemary in it, citric acid. I have a really dry, really sensitive skin, and even in the summer, I just don't need this much pore cleansing. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this one aside. Let me cheat and reach in next and come out with the other item they chose for me. And that is the, oh, this is hard to see, Tarte Sea Jelly Glaze. and it is a little lippy. That is what that looks like. Can you see that at all with that yellow? It's very, in real life, it's very difficult to see too. It is the Tarte Sea Jelly Glaze Anytime Lip Mask in Toasted Coconut. So I was kind of about another lip mask, but then I saw it was toasted coconut. I was like, okay. And it has a $16 value. We will go ahead and try this on, but I do have another lippy, so we'll be wiping this off in a minute because, spoiler alert, another lippy. But I want to see what this smells. Oh, I can smell the coconut in it. That is what it looks like still in the tube, so it's got some darkness to it. I brought my mirrors down so that I could do this. Oh, it feels nice. So although that looked very brown, it goes on basically nude, but it does feel, already it feels so good to have something on my lips. I love this because I love coconut. If you are not a coconut fan, this is not for you. There's a lot of coconut going on here. It smells like summer. I love it. So those were the 2 items that Ipsy picked for me. The next 3 items were choices that I made from the categories that they gave me. So reaching in next, I'm telling you, I feel so off down here. This is what the paperwork looks like this month. This says, stay golden. This month, everything you touch is turning to gold. Dust on your favorite highlight, pat on shimmer shadow, and let the world see you shine. Back to the products, I have something in bubble wrap that I don't think is one of my choices. Let me see what's going on here. Let me get in this bag. Got it. I spent Ipsy points. Ipsy points. Yeah, I think they're just Ipsy points. I redeemed some Ipsy points. I bet that's what this is. Half caked, yes. Half caked, 9 pigment palette, your eyes only. And that is what that looks like. So it's another eyeshadow palette. Ooh. So I have another eyeshadow palette that I picked for this month, but we'll have to see which one we like better before I make the decision. Okay, so when we take this out, it looks exactly the same on the inside. Oh, it's very pretty. Very, you know what, I'm gonna leave the cover over this because it is very neutral. Because that's really pretty. Looks pinker in there. It's not. See how pink, if when I'm editing, we'll decide, but this looks pink to me on camera, and in real life, it is much more neutral than that. It's a really, really pretty palette, but it is very neutral. So depending on what the other palette looks like, I may set this one aside. So I spent points. If you belong to Ipsy, every month after you get your products, if you go in and review them, it does 2 things. You earn points for doing it, and you can eventually turn them in for things like this. And it helps Ipsy, supposedly, helps Ipsy get to know you better, the kinds of things you like receiving, the kinds of things you don't like receiving, and allegedly, it helps them send you a bag that is more suited to you. Okay, so next out of the bag, we have this, and it is the Cella Divine Purpose Eyeshadow Palette Limited Edition. And that is what that looks like. Let's get into it. So I chose this because you guys know if in my choices there's an eyeshadow palette, I'm gonna choose it. Wow, so this is in bubble wrap also. So in the box, in the bubble wrap, it looks exactly the same on the inside. This is also very neutral too. However, it has a pop of blue. So I think we'll work with this one. That is what that looks like. I went ahead and brought down my mirror and my brushes. I thought we would just go ahead and do a quick eye and test some of these colors out. The paperwork says that it is $35, and you look, I printed this out so big that even I can see it. It says the Divine Purpose Eyeshadow Palette inspires you to unleash your inner goddess for all to see. With 8 long-wearing matte and pearl shades, the vibrant pops of color are blendable, smooth, and highly pigmented. And it says, use your fingers or a densely packed eyeshadow brush to apply these shadows to your lids. Interesting. And again, these are vegan and cruelty-free. All right, so let's look at this one more time. Yep, it is, I love it because it has a shade that I like to do an all-over color. And so that one is just called Pure, and it's a matte shade. And I like to put this all over my lids just to give me a base, because I feel at that point, like it just makes everything more blendable. I did do my full foundation and I did some bronzer and blush because I knew that there wasn't any of that in this basket because I had to go on and make that paper to print out. That's the biggest downside of not getting the paperwork with these bags, is I then have to go in and look up all the information so that I can get stuff to read. So it kind of spoils everything that's coming in the bag. Now you would think, how can it be a spoiler? You've picked 3 out of the 5 things. Yes, but I picked them nearly a month ago. And if I didn't have to go back in and look, I would forget. There is not a great transition color in here for somebody as light as me. That's what we have. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this lightest one, which by the way is not this light in real life. Let's just hope that this doesn't turn out like Bronzer Palooza did last time. The transition color that I'm gonna use is called Mindful. And then I think we'll pop this Passionate for our pop of color in the corner, and then we'll use the Authentic on my inner eye area. So let's just try that. And the brush that I'm gonna use for transition is an Miss Glam SB68. So how have you guys been doing? Be sure and let me know below what you're doing out there for your summer fun. And it's actually been kind of nice here. We had a couple of relaxing weeks. I was really torn between taking the time off and not taping, which sounds like a great idea when you're talking about it. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna take a couple weeks, I'm not gonna tape. Especially since we didn't, this is the only Ipsy I have. I don't have my other Ipsy. I don't have either of my Boxies. I don't have my Fashion Stud. There are so many boxes I don't have yet. So it was kind of easy to take the time off, and yet, at some level, I wanted to be taping. I wanted to be like, I do have a couple of things I could make because I miss talking to you. We talk so much in the comments that I really miss talking to you guys. So that's a little darker than I usually choose, but I don't feel like it's too bad. And it kind of does have a cool tone to it, so I like it. And now we have the transition color on both eyes. Let's get into that blue and see what we get for a pop of color. This is just an IT brush, and it's just a tight little blender, and I like that for in the corners because I have such a small eye space. I really struggle with what the right brushes are. You know, I always say whenever I do this, I am not an MUA, so I just go with what feels good. So we'll get a little bit of that blue on here. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's blue. I hope that comes across. We'll see how this lighting does down here. If it's better, this might be where I actually have to do my try-ons, because I will tell you, I can see better because I have so much flooded natural light coming in. It is pretty. Can you tell it's just a nice little wash of blue? I could see where if you are somebody who wants a lot of color payoff, I could see why their recommendation would be to put these colors on with your finger. Because with a brush, this is a nice subtle pigment payoff. But don't get me wrong, it is more than enough for me. You guys know, as a rule, I don't look for a whole lot of color payoff. I like you to be able to tell what I'm wearing without it being like blue. Sometimes it's blue. The question is now, do I go with this nice safe shade or do I put some of that yellow? No, I'm not putting yellow. I'll swatch it for you. I'm sticking with, I have a couple more videos to make, and I think I learned my lesson with that whole Bronzapalooza last time, so I think I'm gonna stick with the safe colors. So that is what that looks like. We're just gonna tuck a little bit of this right in here. Wow, it even has more of a gold look. I thought, is it like a duochrome? I thought it was gonna be just completely like champagne colored. And this has, I will swatch this for you guys too in case this doesn't show it, but this even has some of the gold to it. Can you tell that it's gold when I swatch it like that and show it to you guys? I don't know if that shows it or not. But it is definitely gold toned on my eye. These are really pretty. I hope that that's coming across because I think that made a really nice eye. This was Cella. I have had some Cella palettes in the past, and I have to tell you, I think I like this one better than most of the ones I've had. All right, well, let's go ahead and let me show you the colors I didn't use. I didn't use this gold. This is the one that I chickened out of. Wow, that is, I hope that comes across. It is a lot of gold. And then there's this one, which has almost an orange feel to it. Can you see the difference between those two? And then down here, I used the light brown, so that's the dark brown. And then I used the blue, so this is, what do they call that? I'll look in a second, but is it dark brown or black? Let's look. It feels like it's gonna be black. It's called Honor. So that is what that looks like. Yes, it is definitely black on my pinky if that's not coming across. Those are so pretty. So I am very happy with the eye that I got and with these other 4 colors. Downside to natural light, The sun just went behind a cloud. And the next choice I made, and this is the one item in the bag that is not cruelty-free, is the Studio Makeup High Define Brow Tint in medium. And it has a value of $18. That is what it looks like. We will try this. I just did a whole rant. And you know, I don't really rant, but I just did a whole rant a video or two ago about how I am just not good at these brow tints. I don't know whether, I always talk about how small my eye space is, but I think maybe the same for my eyebrows, because I have a hard time not getting this all over my face. When I go to put it on my eyebrows, I just feel like I'm everywhere. Oh, you know what? I think in the Allure box that I'm getting ready to film next, I have a brow pencil. Well, we'll use just a very little bit of this, and whatever goes amok, I can fix with the brow pencil. So when we take it out, it's a small brush, but it's not as small as some. It's not as small as like the Benetint brushes. And they say it's 3 ml, and it is full size because these all are. And it says, tint, tame, and define your brows in a few quick swipes with this high-performance brow gel. Okay, let's see if I can manage to keep it on my eyebrows. See, how do you not get the darker, sometimes it comes off in a little bit of a clump. And when you get over here, can you guys see? I mean, my brow is the width of the brush. I just don't think this is the best product for me. Let me know, guys, is this a product that you use? And if so, what am I doing wrong? Is it just that my brows are too thin? I mean, it might have darkened them up a little bit. My brows are pretty tame though, so I don't know that I get anything from the taming aspect of it, but my mom does like these products, so I will just tuck this into a box for my mom. But let me know below, am I doing something wrong? Do you guys like these? Do you find you have the same problems I have, where maybe you get a little chunk and then you're busy trying to smooth it in? Or let me know what you think. And yes, I did choose that. I don't remember the category. I should start printing out my category so I can tell you guys. Let me know below. Would you like to know why I pick what I pick? Because we get so much in boxes that I usually have really specific reasons. And I have to tell you, my other choices must not have been my favorite for me to have chosen this. Last but not least, and this is another one that I chose, is a Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint. It has a $25 value. Oh, I should show you the box. It has a $25 value, and I got it in unlocked. Now the picture, there you go. Oh, that looks much redder. Interesting. The picture was like pink, and I don't mean pink like, oh, sweet baby pink. I mean fuchsia pink. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is, it's very close. Wow, I have never tried one of these. I've heard both good things and bad things about this, and I had never tried one, and I thought, oh, what better way to try it than in my bag? I think that's glass. That is really, I mean, that's a very, if nothing else, think about how nice it will look sitting on a vanity. It's really pretty. The paperwork says it is 4 ml, full size. This vivid pink liquid lipstick feels weightless on the lips, dries down to a soft matte finish, won't flake or settle into fine lines. That is a good thing. And lasts for a full 12 hours without fading. Well, I'm getting ready to tape like 2 or 3 more videos, so we'll put it to a little bit of a test. Of course, I'm putting it over a little bit of that Tarte mask, so I probably shouldn't hold it against it if it doesn't last. When we take it out, oh, what an interesting shape. Look at the little, it's kind of squat looking and almost rounded at the end. I'm trying to get the liquid off of it so that you can see. It's almost like this end is like hooked back under. That is really cool. Let's see what it feels like on the lips. Oh, pink. Wow. That's a lot of lips. I actually, for summer, I kind of dig the color. What do you guys think? I hope it's coming across. It's pink. It's pink. It's fuchsia. But it's such a deep fuchsia that the feel in person has almost a little bit of red to it. I think it's fun. This was a little tough for me. This is made for somebody with, it's kind of like my eyebrows. I have thin eyebrows, I have thin lips. Everything else, plenty full. But my eyebrows and my lips, a little thin. I don't want to mess with it now because I don't want to take a chance on messing it up. I could have flipped it, kind of like I do with a doe foot, and try and get to the pointy part, but this one is still pretty rounded. So I will play with it, but we'll see how it lasts. I kind of like the color, and it's drying down, but I also like the feel. Yeah, I think I like that. Let me know if you've tried it, what you think. Okay, that was my Ipsy Plus. So this is what we've tried on. We have the Studio Makeup Brow Tint, the Cella Eyeshadow, and the Fenty Liquid Lip. I'm not gonna put on any more makeup now because I do have a couple other boxes to unbox. But in this Ipsy Plus, they chose for me the Dr. Brandt Cleanser, the Tarte Smells Like Coconut Heaven Lip Mask, if you don't like coconut, Fenty Lippy, which I chose, the Studio Makeup Brow, which I also chose, and the Cella eyeshadows that we used. $25. I am really, really happy when I put these all down. I will look in a second and I will tell you the value of my bag. Plus, with my Ipsy points, I got this cute little shadow that I'm gonna stick into a giveaway. Let's see what the value of my bag was. $130 for $25. That is why I stick with Ipsy Plus. I know some people are starting to be more on the fence about Ipsy, but they just do it for me. I like what I get from them. I think it is well worthwhile. I mean, the lips alone, which I feel completely smitten with. I think this color, it's not one that I would have gone to the store and purchased, but I really like it. I know, it might look completely different on camera. You'll have to let me know below. But it alone paid for my box. So everything else is just fun stuff to play with. So it definitely stays worthwhile for me. There we go. One video back under my belt, back in my original taping space. We'll have to see how the lighting goes, what you guys think of it down here. Be sure and let me know below. I can take it. Thank you so much for coming by, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I have more videos coming out, because soon, FabFitFun spoilers. Bye, guys.